You must have been very eager to hear all about it.
You said that the stained glass windows were like a Pink Floyd concert. But with less noise.
We'll start at the reception desk to chat a little bit about the basilica.
Before we go inside it and take a closer look at the stained glass windows.
A brief history. The basilica was built between 1955 and 1964. Although the project began in 1949, people have been thinking about it since 1937.
The purpose of the basilica is to commemorate the Christian mystery, the apparition of Mary, and her interventions.
Over time, it became an important pilgrimage site.
To the left of the basilica is the Oblate residence, built between 1902 and 1904.
But it had to be moved, which was done by using logs.
The process was so slow and quiet that the Oblates could have slept inside it without feeling any movement.
The logs were later sold to fund the project.
The end of construction coincided with the Vatican II Council.
Pope John XXIII announced that many aspects of the church would be reviewed to bring about a renewal.
The watchword at the time was participation. The faithful were going to participate in liturgical action, no longer individually, but as a group.
And the Latin Mass were suspended.
All this gave a new impetus to the shrine. But let's return to the basilica.
It has a pyramid-shaped dome and 6 lateral transepts, and the structure is topped by a skylight.
A light shaft.
And, of course, by a cross.
The basilica features stained glass windows on 6 of its 8 facades, beginning with a rose window,
which has a 26-foot diameter, or almost 8 meters, not to mention the 11 medallions.
There are also 5 lancet windows, 3 that measure 28 feet and 2 that measure 19 feet. And each panel of the lancets measures 5 feet by 2.5 feet.
We learned that there are 26 panels per transept, and that there are 6 transepts.
Obviously, other stained glass windows are placed in the choir and all around the basilica.
In all, there are between 150 and 200,000 glass fragments. All of them were cut by hand and welded together.
Before going inside, we're going to chat about the Door of Mercy.
It opened in 2016, the Year of Mercy. It's an asset for the church that represents sensitivity to the misfortune of others, generosity as well as kindness to others.
The word mercy means love given to misery. That way of being is an integral part of the believer's duties.
Pope Francis proclaimed that 2016 would be an extraordinary holy year, a year dedicated to forgiveness, compassion, and mutual assistance.
There are 2 doors of mercy in the Mauricie region. One at the shrine, obviously, and the other one is in Trois-Rivières at the downtown cathedral.
There were 40 or so throughout Quebec. A whole protocol must be followed before going through it, before, during, and even after walking through it.
In particular, you must have made a pilgrimage before you walk through the door.
And while we're on the subject of protocol, let's go back to the basilica. After removing hats and caps, you head to the holy water front to cross yourself and bow towards the altar, all of which are signs of respect.